Okay, next range is semi-permanent. Now, I don't have a lot of these home with me, okay, so I'll talk you through them. The semi-permanents, a true semi-permanent colour does not get mixed with a developer. So it either comes straight out of a bottle or a tube. There is no mixing involved in it, okay? If anything has to be mixed with a developer, it's an oxidising semi-permanent. It is not a true semi-permanent. So always remember that. A semi-permanent can be something like your silver shampoo, something that you don't have to mix with anything else to make it oxidise, okay? So Wella's semi-permanent ranges are Perfecton, which is a liquid protein. Again, I don't have any pictures, I don't even have a picture of that up here, but I'll show you it when we get back to college. So it's a bottle and it's got a measure jug at the top and you squeeze it and it's pure tone. It's great for somebody's hair's faded a bit and you're shampooing their hair and you notice there's a bit of fading, you can put that on. It's great for pre-pigging hair, which means if you were going from light to dark and you needed to replace the colour pigment, put them neat straight on, dilute them down with water. Again, endless things you can do with Perfecton. They are a protein, so they can make your hair quite hard. So don't overuse them or your hair will end up quite brittle with them. Your next range is Colour Fresh. Now Colour Freshes are just lovely. They're lovely products to work with. They're in a little bottle. They've got a wee lid that you just flip off and you just squeeze it out. Basically, it's like a stronger silver shampoo. So you get the silver range and you get the pH 6.5 range. So the 6.5 range is with your colours and your depths, and your silvers are with your toning your blondes, toning your somebody with a lot of white hair. They only want a wee hint of colour, a nice wee bit of silver through their hair. Colour Freshes are fantastic. They're a great retail product for your client as well. So if you've done a nice blonde bleach on somebody, a lovely full head bleach, lovely tone, you could sell her one of these to go home with and get her to use it once a week for 5 minutes, and you know her tone's going to be lovely. And you know as well, when she comes back in, you know what she's had on her hair and you know how to deal with it, rather than going out and buying like a Live or buying something off a shelf to tone her hair with. Colour Fresh, remember, because they don't oxidise, they're not as strong, so they're made for more subtle toning. So people just like, I just said, it just needs a wee tone every 2 weeks, or just felt their hair a wee bit brassy, just a slight wee tone, they're great for. But as for strong toning, if I had to cover orange or a really strong yellow, no, I would go to my oxidising semi-permanent or my permanent range. So where do these go? They just go inside the cuticle layer. They don't go anywhere else, they just sit inside your cuticle. So that just means every time you wash them, they just come out and out and out and out and out. The reason I've not really said about how many washes are in each thing is, with Colour Touch will still always be in your hair. So I can say to you it'll last 20 washes, but it won't last 20 washes because it's still oxidising within your hair, the last product, right? So it'll still be there. You'll lose a lot of the colour, but there'll still be a staining effect in there. Colour Fresh is different. You shouldn't get a staining effect with Colour Fresh, it should just wash out. But if your hair is really porous and really, really damaged, it can grab. So if I say to you that it'll last 6 shampoos, it might last you 12 shampoos, right? It might last you 2 shampoos. These ones are not guaranteed because you don't know, you cannot tell anybody how long they're exactly going to last because everybody's hair is different. Now, porosity gets really, really bad in people's hair. People think it's just colouring. The thing that makes your hair the most porous is using a lot of heat on your hair, really hot straighteners every day without using protectors, really strong hair dryers, going out in the wind. So basically it's not just about colour, it's about everything else that you do with your hair rather than colour it. Sometimes colour it can actually condition it, it can make it look better, but the minute you start with 200-degree straighteners every single day, you're brushing it excessively, it's really strong, you're not using the right products on it, all this affects everything. That affects the porosity of your hair, okay? So if you're getting your hair coloured, you need to make sure you're treating your hair correctly. so that the porosity is as minimum as we can have it, and then these kind of products will not stick on your hair. You get them in, as I say, a few different colours. You get them in the silver range and the pH 6.5. So your 6.5's got a lot of your kind of brunettes and your reds in it, and your silvers is your blondes. There's some of the darker ones have got a base 6 in them in the Colour Touch Silver. These were originally made for men, so it was like men with a lot of kind of white in their hair that just wanted it darkened down a wee bit, but it still had that silver steely tone. They're amazing for that. They don't look as if they've been out and dyed their hair. They just look as if they've got a bit of colour about their hair. So the steel one's lovely. So there's something for everybody in this range. Dead easy. You can sell it to anybody. You don't need to be a hairdresser to use these. Anybody can use these, so they're great for retail. The latest thing is my new favourites, okay? They're called Colour Fresh. Colour Fresh masks, okay? So they're right, Lilac Frost, and that's the reds, okay? So these and the Colour Crates are your two new ranges. Now, Colour Crates, I'm using them constantly. They're fantastic, okay? So there's the Colour Crates there, and that's your ranges. Now, these are bright, okay? So you've got pinks and blues and magenta pinks, you've got greens, you've got golds, I mean, you've got oranges. That's just a couple of the tubes. That's the new blue and magenta pink, high magenta. Oh, that's just brilliant done. I'm going to do that in a head later. So basically your Colour Crates and your Colour Fresh masks will not be mixed with anything. They'll just be put straight on the hair. Now the Colour Fresh masks will be great for home care because you can send your client away with that. It's a conditioning treatment with a colour in it. Just fantastic. I've not had a play with them yet, but I've been watching all the Wella videos on them and I'm just in love with them. I can't wait to get them. So the Colour Crates, I've had loads of play with them. Mix them with everything. Now remember, these don't get mixed with any developer, so they're a true semi-permanent. Okay, so you can these are all intermixable with each other. You can mix them with each other, but just don't mix them with a developer. These can go on different bases of hair, so they don't need to be pure white. They will cover hair, but obviously the lighter the hair, the brighter the colour it's going to be. But these just come out just straight from the tube. The good thing about these is when you put them in a bowl, they are very true to colour, okay? So I'll go to squeeze that up and let you see how blue that is. Do you see it? Really blue. Now, they're true to colour. So when what you see in a bowl is what you see is going on, whereas a lot of colours you'll mix up, they'll maybe go purple, they'll maybe go like a brown, they'll maybe go blue, but they don't go on that colour. That's not the colour they are. Whatever colour you see in the bowl is whatever colour they're going to be, okay? So again, these are great fashion colours. So they're funky colours, they're for people that just want really bright, strong, striking looks. They're not for your everyday client. They don't want to run about with blue and pink hair. They're for people like that really want a funky hairstyle. Okay, again, development time up to 20 minutes, but again, development time is visual. Keep them on as long as you want. You can keep them on to tomorrow if you want, they'll not do any harm. There's nothing in them. Again, they're great for retail, for client retail. So basically that's your products. So I'll show you through this book, some of the colours in them. There's the blue and the green. There's a petrol blue as well, which is lovely. I don't know if it's in here. There's the hyper coral. I used that one the other day there. It's lovely done. Okay, so it'll give you a kind of, there we go, there's magenta pink there in the coral. So there's some lovely, lovely colours in here. But they've all started off with that coloury base, like a base 10, right? So that's how you're getting them so bright. So if you've got a base that's darker than that, you won't get it as bright. But also as good as well, they give you kind of little recipes in here in this wee book as well. So they can give you wee recipes they what to make up to create other colours. But I find the best way is playing with them. So see if you put them in the bowl, so see if you put in a blue, a purple, a red, mix them all in together, see whatever colour that is, that's the colour it'll go on your hair. So if it's too dark, you can put, it's a bit of Tomorrow's Clear it's called, and it's just a diluter. So if they're too bright, you can dilute it down. So say I like that magenta, but I thought, oh, just a wee bit too pink for me. I could put the Tomorrow's Clear into that as much as I want to dilute that to the pink that I want. So have a play with them. So if you get the chance to use these, have a good play with them because they're fantastic. So that's those products. So the only other products I've got to do with you is the lighting products, okay? So I'll just be 1 minute, I'll go and get them.